Banasa, not as a peripera yan a mood na hono, and shada and Timmy and Yedme, when Yamasem, Ghana force ye bet me a tin Sembia city through and ye sikasem. Was say NDC a bunch rose and ye, nan some the Tom wants no to be just said, they say, enim guasia cassia pabas on petchinty, and na a Ghana central form, one more pam yeni.
The Bank of Ghana is one of the most professional institutions in this country. It's one of the best-run organizations in this country. In the Bank of Ghana governor, so we no question. Question number one: dollars now more pump people market no so. Most Ghana economy na you name say Bibian society. Dollars spend a more pump people market no so. Na ma see no ejina baby. A dollars no munya no wahi. What to be neutral? What to be propaganda? Obeka no correct. NDC phone say sir answers no so. Be jina ho no answer. We bisa no follow-up questions. Emane answer. Obeni be gwa. Because answers, first three answers now, it betrays propaganda. This is why you grow hand trolling nada or maya about near Kosovo Bank of Ghana. No more person governor Nankasa Betu to one person almost them to Tuna. No more you more about the political press conference.
Amrasha Bejani ya was my dish of Francia, the be about 1 persuas were poeman Tamanei. Would we need him or my gun Amrasha Bejofia, a ranking member. Emma Bejokoya was Jessica some nafis and punto was some yera, Kojo upon Krumana no see no. Majority leader were my gun Amrasha Bejofia, Mamma Yaga Casa watches. Nasa Diane Diane, Yenim da. When him the entire said Dom Kumano, what my young should share ni mu. Where ya dear be a ye casika somewhere, and ye be Biana Sabia was a Ghana for a PM Montanaso.
For today, there's no issue. Now, if you allow a practice where automatically anybody can drag the central bank governor to this house and before the cameras say whatever they want to say, and the governor says certain things, you know how sensitive any comment by a central bank governor is likely to be in relation to the stability of your currency. So even though this house is trying to make the institutions accountable to the people, you have to do it in a very guarded manner. The idea behind making the governor answerable to Parliament is so that when we need information, we can get it. But it is not the objective of the rule that we should always subject the central bank governor to a media inquiry. That is the principle. But of course, when you are in a minority, you like the show of media inquiry. So you'll be fighting for a thing like that. When you're in a government, in all sincerity, you will be more cautious in terms of how you manage information about your central bank, activities. And so that is basically the issue. I believe that it is better to be cautious than to throw your central bank governor out there and allow people to ask questions, to say all sort of things. Sometimes you
Majority leader wa my Ghana Mrasha Bejofia Ramama Ayargan Sem Enono. Na ye boy a home warden see a bit many phobia what been was Casemo. Na ye wamu edi and come away. A professor of economics or Chadia University of Ghana, Legon, Professor Godfred Boppin, Wabanti, and your opinion couldn't come. Prof, we are quabao.
Yeah, me mama any a tearful now, but I'm from to say.
Yamia dominant pie, but I'm patch was way.
Yes, I don't.
And Rami, you don't pass any course or my Ghana Mrasha Bejofia would we need ye trade. Dom Kumani Jina Yesia was in a Bank of Ghana Governor Ba. Wa percent Ghana Central for TB. Na yetimi ba maniache Ghana for na ni yetimi Jina so si Jina ye. Dom do one say dabi ya wanyo maybe or my so sensitive say ni kwan say a PM Montana so. Afanum you know we one na from why no dibem.
Me mama dear not me share near course where no na later I may follow you know and I need good for our democracy. Then if you say the central bank, governor of Bank of Ghana, is not only accountable to the executive.
Prof Wadama, Mr. Wan, come on, ye did say, amount for Thomas so mutia so, one say when any were from Timestre, so where the obe pejem kakra na with Yamayan.
Yes, you make an answer, and no, it's not a good man, our democracy. Bank of Ghana, the governor of Bank of Ghana, is equally accountable to the people of Ghana. Not just the party power. In fact, not just MPs in Parliament. They are accountable to the people of Ghana. And you know, ministry said, majority also with me, Mama, the governor of Bank of Ghana, the interaction with them, the public will know the media should cover it. Minority, big data question. Not a movie say too sensitive. Any answer. They should be able to interject during that process. And Ghanaians are intelligent enough to discern, to some extent, what is sensitive and what is not. So I think that we could have done better, and they should do better going forward. The way the secrecy, the darkness around the decisions that we make that ultimately does not inure to the good of the common good. The lack of disclosure, lack of transparency surrounding our activities, even Bank of Ghana, over the years, it has not helped us. I remember a couple of examples. Between 2012 and 2014, before Ghana signed up for the 16-17 IMF supported program, there were reports in this country the Bank of Ghana was doing monitoring. In fact, Bank of Ghana was doing more than the 10% deficit financing in the Bank of Ghana Act. Far more than the Bank of Ghana came out to deny it. In fact, in 2022, when a similar report came out, Bank of Ghana denied it. Only for the IMF to come to town through the program that we've had over the years. And they confirmed that there was deficit financing in excess, more than what the law has stipulated. All of these things were shrouded in secrecy, counter-accusation here and why. And why there should be disclosure, there should be full disclosure, transparency. In fact, it reinforces the confidence we want to have in Bank of Ghana and in their monetary policy operations. What happened yesterday is a setback. I disagree with the position of majority.
Baby, I will cano AGD. My young show say yes, who quina and Central Phone Tibinia Mohama Nianche Ghana for no. A dear some and another signal been air to the investors ne Ghana for in terms of transparency.
It's not any good signal. The central bank ought to be transparent. We know certain things that should not be in the public domain. The governor of Bank of Ghana basically decided that question we need answer because this is what it will mean and all of that. We can discern from that. We are exiting IMF program. This is not the way we should be looking at our relationship with Bank of Ghana, Parliament, and the people of Ghana post IMF program. It's not the way to go. We have a nation to build. We can only do so through transparency, full disclosure. To the people of Ghana, it helps in building confidence. It helps in consolidating confidence in the market. And I think we should do better going forward.
Ye way as some chato, ye quayanim na foot be na de bema governor, Bank of Ghana, quine or befaso na wet me at to sikasem ye manetime gina honum, no man for timenia son for so nothing couldn't papa, a muda of fine etimia coso, ediamayen.
My advice to the governor is the Yanya is record since a call back to Bank of Ghana as governor. The governor of Bank of Ghana, Nankasan, has been too open in the media, much to the contrary expectations of people. So why is he avoiding the media this time round when it comes to his interactions with Parliament? Because we have known the governor, we've seen the governor more in the media, even much more than the Minister of Finance himself, who is in charge of the economy and all of that. So I think going for the governor should choose transparency, disclosure, honesty, integrity, willingness to interact with the people of Ghana, either through the platform offered by Parliament or any other medium. But also, he should be data-driven. Emotional statements, sometimes statements that tend to be contrary, and all of that, we should avoid that. We have a country to build, a future we want to leave for the next generation. That will guide us. That priority to overcome whatever personal political interest.
Prof we ye beda say any wadaje. Amen. Professor of Economics at University of Ghana, Lagos, Yera Godfred Bopen Yokoya, in Kodin Komoy.
Na a deputy director Emma Ruta Ghana, Dari Bosu, Ena Wakase, Wani Peace News from Koma to Tim, what I say. Enra Ununyam for Emmanuel Amakofibua, Ebe Kasafa Galamse, said you must say intensify, woman fight till now. Na honorable no ankasa confess say nye mo tie du osonso nyonko ne sasabonsam a webu atata sa wo hye galamse no a saa na tie wo de wano etena aka se obetu ase a etese de wo de pork na mo bobɔ nkyini mu no ebe wanu mo nyonyo asiti eden papa trese enkofo na ehye galamse na ti no wo ma ese etete yesi abofo bi a yesoma wo mu ba asase so ya edwamamonti wo mbe ka asase so a wo mu antumi anko bi no wo mu ne ya tena te enti wo mu nim yempa saa na galamse na asituo no etie na no waka se asemo na boka ye no nokura saa na tie kire se so no ankasa mpo se wo so o maake aban no galamse fight ya obema ne 30% pe ayire papa hesa ngrete otie nche na water friend tumi ansa begemu anefra akokwantuwa so na bodi ankra ha na wotie na mom wade sobo no kasia no abebo metropolitan municipal district chief executive officers no wade fa bebo mu ebi wo hono mu a wo mu de wo mu ho agemu bi ebi nso te wala kadesika ase yakwatia yankontia ono a on supporto ono nso a on kasentia en wo mute wa no saa afi Ghana police service nso monyemo de mo so the same thing sisi a yenim sa modom wo sa mopam wo yentumi nhunu obi ye galamse bebi anya yenitua krati bebi a wogina ye galamse obi anim sa anya enso obi ante no obi anka nipa korasem saa nioma nyina akeka ho ntina okono na situa ye den no
I think I'm saying first, I hear up and down. Of course, I not have a film. Of course, I not have a film. Some time ago, we said, I think we beside me say, I'm not buying 30%. I'm still very cautious, and I'm still not convinced that we are chief executives. And after assembly, this is chief executives. Police is also I will still keep the mark at 30% because what we need to see, I don't think they are so far. Community is now what side areas so almost there be and penisa. It's as the first year that way. I first from quiet in my year. I see a repeated LI forces. I don't know first move ban bono and 4 years yes so now then I did the galanto for now the wanted to one. Almost saying so no almost yeah almost diabetes so now.
Na what I say a concerns bebre aba ya obi etre na adwene de na mom obebo minister for lands and natural resources honorable Emmanuel Amakofibua ase executive instrument we are friend EI 144 wetumi revoke ema achimota forest no na nsem ho baabi nko mu de gro madamase omu chicha de amu ho ena Western developer biaba o be develop ha ma hanom ayese land o be he no oboa no ma kwa akosisi ada ho no ma chafa asumesi nso aba yesi we your best yo one we sisi da wo America ne Japan nyina ono nso ba be develop ha o be he no mo yire no mo busuafo atitim sa ansase ni nyina atintontan ye twam ni nyina ya abadia wa koto 1 plot 2 ukoto 10 acres you ebi ni ho bio
na o concern bebre on my one good news o say abandon sasa no etu anamon say EI 144 bi no so abandada no edi true wa otwa achimota forest fancy of the koya de foforo no sa EI no we trim into forest da akra achimota forest ni bit you refer hu take opportunity ni abo hu ban let them for so abe na a very 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 good decision abani take here your bomb about super ye o my idea and I think say we are seeing some progress in terms of some of these key decisions abani ye no.
Way I Deputy Director Rota Ghana Dari Bosu Prince Bafua somewhere.
Oswafo a wɔhwɛnsa se ene oboade ne paso odumunyafo Emmanuel Amakofibua Abra Government Accountability Series ne koso no ena wodi to dwa se eye abosumi nsiani sede galamse ko no omasifa emiemu no wo keka enipa be ahenu ene aduonum wotwe ena wo mu akere wo mu we no eye galamse ya ekoso ebo yakwaye ahodo emu na wo se wo hwɛ eniema a omo aye enye aban ko a omo ne ankrankra nwumeku ene kabo mu omo hwɛ yese galamse no yebetimi etusu sanan kakra wo se yebeduru ho wo hwɛ enei abosumi nsia mpani nipa dodo a yakere mo wo yakwaye mu biaye na nkrofo etu galamse pa na wotimu se okon no ekwani mu nti wosre se Ghana fo enya abotre ne arehemu se galamse na yeden a yebetimi edisu enkunim wose ye no nkoda nchense yi pa na yakere wo mo na emfidi omudi ye adwuma no so dodo na omagye a omasei efa na wo mo ehwe animu se emmra ne hye bia omudi egu akwan mu yebemiem ahwe amade ekọ a yakere se nipa no enipa foforo ensan ko hobiem enkotu galamse.
In our determination to protect our forests from illegal mining activities, the ministry, working closely with the Forestry Commission and other stakeholders, intensified enforcement operations within forest reserves. And these are the results. Just in the last 6 months, we arrested 258 suspects, demobilized 6 excavators, 1,225 pumping machines were seized. We demobilized 765 Shamfan machines. We destroyed 35 tricycles. Motorbikes that were seized were 212, structures destroyed 430, and gold detectors that we seized was 40. All this in the forest reserve.
Oswafo signed the twaso biemu say afi 2025 afi etwemu no galamse ensase a ese yese nyame adom be apem ene ahasane aduasanum eno mabomoden se omo ebesiesie sansase no eka no wotimu se doso pa galamse no edienya na ne nyina mu no aban abomoden amasa ensase we no yetimi asan esiesie ni biema eba beboa me yetimi ediaye eniema foforo na wotwemu se we ni nyina akoso ewo asante mantemu eno so enya aban ko na yeye ankrankra nwumeku ahodo so aban na a womu etimi eyensiesi nto twemu se ni nyina mu no eyade a aban no ehwe se de obeye bi enye se ye ko ne keke na ye giant nsase na ase no kwan ye befa so esiesi nsase ne so no aban behwe na waye ne etimi ede aye niema foforo a ede mfaso ebebre.
We already have talked briefly about the reclamation in minor areas. The ministry, working with private sector, has embarked on an aggressive strategy to reclaim degraded minor areas and transform them into ecological zone. The last time we were here, we talked about how huge that responsibility is in terms of how much we have to reclaim on this destroy line. In partnership with private sector, I can tell you that just last year we reclaimed 1,335 acres of degraded land, and this was done in the Ashanti region. We have gotten commitment from private sector to undertake more reclamation, and we are targeting another 1,500 reclamation this year. And this in addition to the government's own reclamation effort of 960 acres in selected area registry. So we hope to improve those numbers.
Eni ayetie ye eye oswafo a wohwe yensase ene oboade ne paso onmunyafo Emmanuel Amakofibua na salamat kuku apento ne densemi ebai yada so agiremu ewo illegal mining galamse hu nsensem ekoso wo mayimu wani ananu ade wo sha asiese wo su na wo twere wo se eye Ghana Water Company Limited mpenifo na wo mu super akire so galana ekoso ne de nsuo na kwa de ne pa de amomo se wo betimi anu amu na afem wache ede asom Ghana form ena no pay Ghana munti adwumedie so need 100.9 keche kofi bedu na je konwa na wo je konwa ni port nsafre no eye peni okasa de ma Ghana Water Company Limited Yera Stanley Martin and will be sending sim forward or send any. Send ya Nancy Galamse to be the new caution in so na tebono, a hajane. Na brebe na mo bren was a rare. Is here dear. Enya de da fom kura gala no jai ensuo hodro bia ne nitua se kane na nkemu ya ne sa ene de obekọ no ensuo no esen Tom Brown emu pie ahwea ne nnote nyina afrafra entiama company ni se kane no na nka wo motoso wo de no ansisi ano wo behia pie na nti wo hia pia na che se sika tete na nka wonya ho se wo de no na wo se wotum na de ye wo ye no esincha ye rama te se ensa yo edro ben na wo se nsuo ni timi fam no wo matwe no wo de akọhuhudua ne so no wo ye ho adwuma na wo no mu no wo dada mu no bosum kakra ntam ni huhudua no wotim se wo brankasa wo chefa ne bo sanse sa adrobe no ento se betwi nsuo ndi aba no enam ahwea ne nnote na pele edi afa ho nti no ya na wo mo bre pante to de bia etimi twitwi na afa ho na drobe ne entimi nkọ na ahwea no akantem enti aba ne sase ya Ghana Water Company Limited mpeniform sika wo mutimi se sa adrobe na nyoma choku wo mu a ya di siesie no wo mutimi se ya akosi sika te se 5 million Ghana cedis was him. A banisa ne ha dwene. Enti yanwa na yabwa kana ye chede ama Ghana fo no. Enya afe ne ye beka tro so. Ene ye som Ghana nti ye boka sika no. Ye mfa ma ordinary Ghanaians ye ntua. Banisa sa sika ya ne ye chegu so e de ama ye. Enti nyame ye adom na okobu nsuo. Ne ye ka cho se ensuo na wubu no. Sika ya pagya mabusua asekye nyina aniem. Ba ko an wade bia so ne se ensuo na wo kan wasa mabusua. Wase bibi ti se atoye mantem ne fifi mantem ensu a ye ni tua tete pa ta no na nka wo ko afuo mu a otimi sebi na anom ene ta no pa odu ho a ne wo hia ne sebe brodo anase bia sugar de gumu a eno a wanya ti a wonom owa bi nsuo no asem pra asem ofin asem bremu asem bonsade na asem ena nko brade nyina asenti wose amana ye de ne pa no wodwumedi a wodi so obetimi ano nsuo pa mu e de asomomanfo
insuo na yɛtwe no nyina amanfo ɛyɛ alubia mine no so ɛyɛ galamsey no nti ne nyina yɛ atɛkyɛ sɛ galamsey de ɔmo yɛ no no ɔmo de mfidie esi insuo no so na ɔmo nunu insuo no ase ayi anua no ɔmo nunum no na ɔmo pompe insuo no gu another equipment so na ɛwɔhye
sande begum
ɛwɔhye we no na ɔmo yi go no film na atɛkyɛ na sa begu insuo no nti saa mixture no continuous mixture no ɛno na ɛsɛ insuo no na be settle wɔ abstraction point ho na asilti ho na say anua no na teche no esi ho no kwan ti abasa na yintimi entwe nsuo no ebiom and which could cost that like 5 million Ghana cedis.
Yera ma tema na esi one man was we die we best Ghana ban any security agencies for no moso a muti wo memu monhwe se wo koden dia yesu a illegal mining galamsey so no ye betimi ayire mo pampe se witwa na yetimi edusu nkunim ba ko an wode ka ho se hwe 1 year to galano jai obekọ no na akutrement bi egu o mata so no ho nyasem kuma enti akoba ne se bia Ghana Water adwumafo no koso ye kwa akosere mo obekọ no wo mo pagya etuo dia hwe so na wa wani tuetuo na hwan na betimi enya bema akukuduro bi se wo na okwa akokunti eba ne sadia na wo bi adwane
a bit difficult. Also within our mandate, no, you miss out one day and say, "Bet me I can stop you from doing galamsey." Most of them are armed. And when we say so, no, they are armed. Sometimes some who say young staff no crap wage intake points on my person we jumano among yomo juma crap they shoot at them. So I say, it's very difficult for us to fight them. So we can only rely on government and the security forces are they are mandated to protect young as human beings and protect young resources.
Enti penny okasa de ma Ghana Water Limited Yera Stanley Martin na no pay and wode kotu dwabra na woni keche kofi bedu edi nkomo e wo Ghana muntie adwumedie so sansam we nyina Alex akosi entwi yeto akase boiso
na agree customers ya wo Gold Coast Fund Management wo mu buafu and wo mu katra His Excellency John Dramani Mahama say Ewurade ya aduma next week Thursday your man for nyina ni musem dada say media budget review Finance Minister Dr. Kesa Toforsen and what they ekwakoto mrashebedafo anim yesika yeta afiesi ebedie yedi ni nyina awie ana ansunyan esi yesa di bika ho anaasɛ ebi wɔ hɔ nti kura nhia se yɛbɛdi bi aka ho a wakɔ akɔkyerɛkyerɛ mu de akyerɛ yɛn na no na ɛberɛ a wɔne PhD no nso kasa kuo yi ano boaboafoɔ yɛ a yɛfrɛ ne sɛ owura nyame ɛkyerɛ sɛ asika no akyɛ ɛna bɔhyɛ nso ayɛ aka dan na ɛnum wɔ president kaa sɛ obedi president a obetua wɔn sika ama wɔn mu nti wɔn remande no na media budget review no sikasɛm so afoɔ mfa nsɛm ne ntua wɔn sika ma wɔn mu.
Dramani Mahama and Kaye, and the Bosse during the 2024 election campaign. There's Onyangopoyan Adomas Yatwa Badamana, all locked up funds within the first year in office. Obichiani now without any long-term payment plan. And the time of share the first year administration in office. Says no, the 17th month, or let me say the 19th month, our Robert Nakuyesu. If there's a 12 months no share within 12 months, apart. They're born in Kaye.
Na nuati na owura Charles nyame kyerɛ sɛ wo sɛ wo mu a wo mu ho kaa mu a wo mu dɔɔso ebi yɛ pensioners ebi yɛ widows ebi yɛ adwumayɛfoɔ ebi yɛ widowers business owners ya wo mu ho kaa mu ɛbra ɛsaa to de ntɛmi ba yɛ no nya nipa ketewa
nia ohu yentra o se sa abono ohu se kunafo bi e wa agukyerɛ mu a won sika akɔka ho ohu se nyanka bi a won papa no yɛ investors ma mo for school sam won sika akɔka mo what fie for the past by 7-8 years the ohu se mrafo no kokrafo a wakɔ ahomgie mu won sika akɔka ho ama won nyɛ sika nto no nom enti a ogina so de share sa bɔhyɛ no e wɔ Ghana man na anim no sa ɔhaw no aguso a ɛkɔ sa ne pakoi guso anam sa ɔhaw mu impo nipa no gusuwa wa na wo ndi ya de sere se na wotwe a edi enim a bebe se wahyehyɛ se for the sound for year to force and day the budget review betuga no ye bonin kai se won twesika bi nhim na onfentua na ne ho nsan e wo bɔhyɛ a ɔhyɛ Ghana
na Mr. Nyame ama na nso ana wɔto ase sɛ wɔn mu hyɛ aban n'anim next week de ni etire ba so wɔn ante hwee de a the umbaya de etire beba.
Yes, sir, I said Musa because seven previous on my penina the Gina Ghana mountains was says abon. Na yawa Arishemu Yera John Dramani Mahama, a mutse, and nam Shihuna or war our memu with sons within care boo pain, Apotresia Babu, when Ghana for how and son or Betina convention in Prinoso, or how no Gina so the share bo, a boss and be your share cheer, a year bondholders, or musical Camu was Sasio Uchia with Chia found one. Yajidi yes and Kabri, ever kind my yes, then with Chian with the media by Nemo say amasa seven previasa in pennyforce best line up to Makuchi and Yabroa could dinkomo na agene and Yabroa de Maybiano ya magana for ne media fortunes yet but Mamu Anamua ediswa ibitu
dear Tessa or Cassay aggrieved customers Gold Coast Fund Management Womo Boa for ya wadi ora Charles Nyame Yera Abdullahi Dasmania Daruma and so a Troya Yeti for TB.
National Identification Authority abo abaniese no ye Ghana card no se ye behwe se edimua ebeye biometric verification enkwese said ye kane no ye beka so Ghana card we fabra ne yahwe odin no bibia ne agye se ko debi se no wotremu a eye National Identity Register Amendment Regulations 2026 no eba behase ayedwuma edunti said ye kane ne Ghana card ne ye check no enye se biem se eba be fa mfidiem a ye friend say biometric verification na Ora Williams Ampoma Emmanuel Dallas wono ena weye head of corporate affairs directorate ewo NIA wotremu se sa enhyehyeye yi oswafo a wo hwe efisem so onmunyafo muntaka Mohammed Mubarak
a wɔsan so ɛyɛ ɔsoafo a ɛyɛ national identification system no wɔda no ɛna wɔde ne nsa ahyɛ aseɛ na wɔn ni nyinaa yɛ nhyehyɛeɛ a ɛde bambɔ mapa ɛbɛbrɛ yɛ ɛfa no yɛ Ghana card no fraud sɛm a nanse ɛkɔ so no ne nyinaa bɛtumi afiri hɔ na afei nso no yɛankasa yɛ ho nsɛmfuo a egu card no so no ɔmbɛtumi abɔ ho ban ɛde ama yɛ nti wɔsesese sɛdeɛ ɛbɛka sɛ kɔyɛ photocopy bra scan wɔ Ghana card fa bra ne adeade ne nyinaa no ɛnyɛ sɛ biem yɛde ne nyinaa bɛfa mfidie mu ɛyɛ biometric verification enti obia ɛnhyɛ ne nso yɛnsie sɛdeɛ ɔde nsɛm ɛto edwa ɛfae.
Now, yɛhunu sɛ na ntokuro kakra ɛda ho ɛno nti ɛma ɔmanfoɔ no kwan ma ɔmotumi ɛyɛ photocopies of amanfoɔ Ghana card na ebi mu koraa nso ɔhwɛ Ghana card ne so no ahwɛ w'anim kɛkɛ ɔsɛ ma verify wɔyɛwo a kɔ. Meanwhile, saa bere yɛwɔ abɛɛfo kwan bebree a ɔmanfoɔ betumi afa so na ɔde twa card ne di mpo a ɛnyɛ genuine but ɛnam sɛ nimfo ni da so a onye biometric verification wanya obegye atumu sɛ yɛ ɔno a na wɔne na transact business benya complain bebree a amanfoɔ abu amanfoɔ na ɔmo request sɛ ɔmo mpɛ sɛ ɔmo ho sɛ information nipa no de ma ɔmo no saa na tie ɛwɔ yɛn hɔ.
ɛno akyi ɔpanyin sign de to dwa bia mu sɛ wɔn a wɔyɛ nnwuma anase asoɛyɛ department ahodoɔ a wɔn ɛtae gyegye nkurɔfoɔ Ghana card ɛhwɛ sɛ oni no ɔno ankasa ɛna card yɛ ekura no yɛ ne dia ne nyinaa no wɔn ɛnhwɛ na National Identification Authority ɔmo identity verification system platform no wobia ɛhwɛ sɛ ɔbɛba so bie na wɔkyerɛ mu sɛ ɛho nsɛmfua ne sɛ deɛ si kɔ ne nkyerɛkyerɛ ne nyinaa no wɔn bɛhwɛ ɛde ato dwa sɛ de obia bɛhunu sɛ deɛ obɛsifa afa so akɔ saa identity verification system no so na aboa ama efiri na ɛkorɔ no yɛtumi ayɛ yɛ nneɛma yi a Ghana card ho nsɛm ɛbɛtumi agyina brane
ɛbrana wato no court bɛfine no ama watua sika anaasɛ yɛbɛ in prison anaasɛ yɛbɛka ne mmienu nyinaa bom wobɛtua sika na wasan akɔ prison ka kyerɛ institutions any individuals nyinaa sɛ ɔmo ɛngɛte on board ɛwɔ NIA yɛn identity verification platform no sɛ bɛyɛ a ɔmo bɛtumi ayɛ biometric verification is a need emrana bano ubia potokasa yakaza obeye ocular verification and as a physical verification of the Ghana card onso watumra yebe final and as a yedobeko prison and as a nimi na final as and wako prison at the same time.
Eni ayetie ye eye Ora Williams and Poma Emmanuel Dallas were known as head of Corporate Affairs Directorate ewo National Identification Authority na Caleb Kodwa Day na ede ensemi ebai.
Ofa wo hwe nkontebu ho nsem so wo mai mu akasa wo chese ne Ghana fo dwedi aye di ni Togo na afeso Burkina Faso Cote d'Ivoire Fiti na no January kosi September 2025 sika yenyaye 31 billion Ghana cedis gina wode mo my Ghana ye dwedie sika no wo hamu nchichembe se ensia pani a woda no Dr. Alhassan Idris wode sansem wo nyina to dwabra na wone nsentwofo di nkomo no setete no saa dwedie ndie nanka ye mu nkonta saa nanso tetedie nyina wo ma hwe si gina ye ema wo ma kenka ho nsem kama beboa ema yetimi esi gina ye yi policy papa beboa na wo man netimi etumpom wase bra na wo ka ho asem no dwedie na wo ka no enye nia sabe wo mo kwa Wadenam yashia no so ne anim no dabi we ye wan ya se emfiafia ho ne mata ho no unsa ahia na nkasa de Ghana asem ye wo bebia ahia daade nkrata mu no ye de yense tintim so se ha na betimi afa ewrem wo Togo na se Burkina Faso na se Cote d'Ivoire enso nei obi wo hodma wo kodi se edwa na wo hwa ha enchemu anu wode afa wo kwaso aya na abobo ya ebio wonfa tracks akese n bidabi wode abobo ya abahwe no na bibi ti se anwa ne mo ne nkokwa na asefo no en wode asam so wokọ na wakoton ede ama de hie nsem wode tudwa no ebini
31 billion Ghana cedis of trade, which is 6% of everything Ghana trades with the world. 2.9% of GDP was until now invisible. Thanks to the work the Ghana Statistical Service has done, it is now visible. With our three neighbors alone, that's Togo, Cote d'Ivoire, and Burkina Faso, the trade we were not counting is 1.5 times the trade we were counting. And that trade is carried not by trucks, but by tricycles. by ordinary women and men moving cooking oil, rice, and livestock across our borders every single day. But two of these numbers are warnings to us, and we have to look at them critically and put in place measures to mitigate the risks they go along with.
Dr. Jisu Amanes, what margin so dear foot to come Ghana, Banshama, Pobaya Bebois, Emma, Jedia 170 Mijina Naso.
Our trade with Burkina Faso, once mostly formal, has now tipped informal, past 52%. So what it means is that one would have expected that we are moving from informality to formality. But if you take the case of Burkina Faso, we're actually moving from formality to informality. That's something we have to watch to do something about. So ladies and gentlemen, the tax is very clear. Government must simplify licensing and connect the data our agencies already hold. Businesses must invest in the border value chains and keep more value at home. And our partners must help us make this counting permanent under the African Continental Free Trade Area.
Penia wada banko nte boju medieno ano eya Dr. Hassan Idrisu sansem wenyina Caleb Kojo ade ne tro ya wade ebesom yen na ye kwa amano so na ye ne yense ncho ne Philip Atanga akwa kodi enkomo aban lawyer ne di assembly koda high court nei wabo atoegu atenga akwa abawo.
Yeah, Mia.
Mini Atanga facha me. Your friend is saying you. And some attorney general de kwada high court ni ya yansaka. And say ne die court ni say wabogu. Na yanseme ya.
Yo, mi dili se yeti for beka say Kanem Bafa Stock CEO Uran Hanan Abdul Wahab Ali Duba. Ya de so wabo ne say Ghana sika 62 million cedis and afa ne ntem. Ama ya twina ba be dina court a ye di na afem. Na asem ye nimu ene koba ne te na lawyer for stress court ne ma ne kwan kakra no tu kwan enkwa ma no ne isan se wo se okodi ayaresa na ano owura no eye so tu kwan efiga na ha no ena nya ne ye se yokofo akwa akwachi no emuwa na nkrata betu dwa se eye aban lawyer panyin ahwe ye se omode nkrata ebra aka high court a edi owura hanan asem no se na no kwanya court no epnes dia court ne je so kenye emma wura no kwan so to itu kwan efiga na ha no court no entwe sa agina ye na udi ye no ensan esan se omudi omani atoto fo me hu se wura no nye figa na ha nya dia obesin aba ama ya to na semi so enne na court team kunya so obetie sa asem no na emma wura ye aban lawyer pinya be di che Dr. Justice Sai sorry ye a odina do this them to jano na otemu for Francis Achibonga ka che ne say see ye kase ye ne dey all the be ni wa court na man court ni nhwe mu ne say order na no o ma ye say owura no eye owura hanan e betumi etu kwan ye piga na ha akwa ma no ne no o she say o will between on the 4th of July to the 12th. It is an 16 but next says order na court na ma ye no enye dwuma bi esan say mra ye ma no etwem enti no na say bibi eni wa wasa aban lawyer pinyi ahwe ye ebeka ho asem o kan ni say wie ye na owura hanan ne lawyer ni enka ni aban lawyer pinyi Godfred ye bo adame sorry no ka che court ni say ene wanwa say aban lawyer pinyi ahwe ye aba abegina court say obo beka say ye ntwi bibi san ya bra bibi sa any court no any hope you esan say emra ye di ma the client etwem ena owie ena aban lawyer pinyi abedi ehwe Dr. Justice Sai esan sorry no ka che court ne say ni a court ne kan ye no omo agi ato enti nkrata na omo di abeto court ni nim say ka court no entwi gina ye na odi na ano no kan no omo otwi nkrata na sign eno timu afo di gina so eno twa asa ase ndi mo na emom na owura Godfred ye bo adame a ono otwitwa agi owura hanan na opeso o passport ntendi o kira ye the client no owura hanan yoko fortune na ano no ne passport any ni ticket bi any phone ya kwa kodi yoko fo ho o status wo kana otemu afo no ka che ne say enye no ntine no mosi nkunya enti no Godfred ye bo adame onfa ni nyina ngu krata so na o bi kan omra court no ensheda no emesu omunti nkunya na emom nyame ya adoma 20th of July eye juada na watwa ebesim no eda juada ena owura hanan no na semnie no so ebeto aso
ene Philippa ewie ma ya na se ene wamani a odi abesom ye yɛda ase pa yɛn nua ba Philip Tanga na ma ne bɔ ne kɔ ya yɛkotie no nti nsɛm ne sɛ ne sikɔ so ɛwɔ high court ɛna wɔde atu dwa no ma yɛnyina so na yɛntwa yɛho sima yɛba nsɛm aka bɛtoa so yɛba